Welcome to qnawire.
Okay, so here you have a wedge-shaped block, and on top of that wedge-shaped block, there's a mass on it. So that's M1, and this wedge is we call it M2, and this whole thing is a height H here. So in this scenario, the first part you have a mass that's sliding down this wedge, and then after this mass is now moving to the right with a velocity of 4 meters per second. And then the wedge, M2, I'll just call it M2 for now to simplify things, is now also moving to the left with a certain velocity, V2. So in this case, you want to find first V2 and then use V2 to find H if you can. So first things first, since this is, you can see that this is some kind of interaction between the two masses. So every time you have an interaction between two masses and it's an isolated system, you can always think of momentum conservation. So if we take our system to be this whole M1, M2 combination here, we can see that Pi should be equal to Pf because there's no external force in this system. So in that case, then we see also that before this mass flies off, this block is not moving. This mass is just sliding down the block here. So that means that the initial momentum is actually zero. And then, so that means that that zero is going to be the same as the final momentum. The final momentum, again, we can write it as M1 V1 F plus M2 V2 F. And in this case, they add up to zero. So M1 is the block, and then M2 is the wedge. So now we see that we are given everything. So we know that this M1 is 0.5. This wedge is 3 kilograms. So we know that V final is 4 meters per second. So this is 0.5 times 4 plus 3 times V2 final. That should give you 0. So in order to just move this to the other side, and once you do that, you find that V2 final is just negative 0.667 meters per second. And it's negative again because the block moves in the opposite direction of positive here, which is the 4 meters per second. Now, once you have this velocity, now you want to find this height here. We know that all the energy that this has after this collision happens has to have come from somewhere within the system before the collision happened. So the only thing that changed here is the potential energy of the second mass of this M1 here. So in that case, we can write equations for that conservation of energy that says that the potential energy that M1 has, which is this potential energy here, should be equal to the kinetic energy that M1 has after this block flies off. So V1 squared plus the kinetic energy of the wedge going in the opposite direction. So we said we call this M2, we call this M1 V2 squared. So notice now we can calculate this, we can calculate that, which means we can actually find that this height here. So symbolically, you will see that this height is actually equal to half M1 V1 squared plus half M2 2 v2 squared. So that's a 2 here. And that's a 2 over m1 times g here. So this says that all the kinetic energy is equal to the potential energy that this had before it started sliding down. So we have all these numbers. This is 0.5, that's 3. This is the 4 meters per second. This is the 0.667 that you just calculated. M1 is 0.5. Plug that in, you find that the height is actually 0.952 meters.